Hello, Libra. I am here today to give you your message for September 2025. I hope you enjoy it. Like always, I am going to be talking about astrology because there are always events that are going to be impacting us very strongly during the month. And in September, I have 3 events we're going to be focusing on. This is for me chiming in. If you guys are not subscribed to my channel and do not look at the astrology of the week, you should really get on that. Astrology helps you determine how you should plan out your week so that you can go with the flow and things can move a little faster and smoothly. It's the electric impulses of the world. So when I read tarot and when I give my messages, it has to do all with that. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is September 6th and 7th. Why these dates? First, the 6th, we have Pisces in Saturn. That's that energy of discipline in your intuition, discipline in your emotions, and really putting yourself in check. Okay? Then we also have Uranus in retrograde in Gemini on the 1st degree. That goes all the way till February of next year. Now, what is so important with this? Just the fact that the last time it happened was 1941 to 1949. And that was when we had the end of the Second World War. We had the trials against the Nazis. We had civil war. We had revolution. We have an upheaval to all the distortion and all the malignant energies that were all around us. And so if we were reflecting that back inside ourselves, this is an internal revolution where you're kind of putting yourself in check and realizing what you have done with your emotions and your intuitions that have negatively impacted you, and really telling yourself, hey, do I still believe that? It's also asking you the people, places, things, and energies you are aligned with, and if you are them. Because the honest truth is, it doesn't matter the type of person you are. You will be 100,000,000% defined by the people that you hang around and you affiliate yourself with, even if you do it in closed doors. That being said, the second energy around the field is the 7th. There is a full moon in the sign of Pisces. We just finished talking about Saturn in Pisces. Okay, and that's going to be going on for like 2 years, on and off. And Saturn in Pisces, and we have this eclipse in the moon in Pisces. So eclipses has to do about something closing, a phase ending, something channeling out. And this is subconscious or in your intuition or in your emotions because it has to do with the moon, but also because it has to do with Pisces. So the thing that you've been on check about and how you've been messing up with because you have an inner wound that you can't confront is now going to be checkmated with this energy. And it's all about Jupiter in Cancer kind of making you plant your seeds in fertile ground instead of that death reality, right? Instead of me continuously thinking about what wrong they did to me when I was younger, right? And how unjust the world is, you're going to take those seeds and be like, I can put them over here and realize that these people support me. These people care for me. This is the direction that I want for my future. And I'm going to focus on that instead of continuing to feed death instead of life. That's what this is all about. So let's see how this is going to impact you. Mind you, everything I tell you prior to the reading has a lot to do with what is actually happening in the energy field. And that putting aside, the first thing we have is your emotions. King of Cups. King of Cups is literally knowing how to stay calm, relaxed, and in peace in the middle of all the emotions and all the chaos and all the turmoil that is around you. This is emotional maturity. That going along with the 3 of Cups. And the 3 of Cups is talking about celebrating with other people. We have the 9 of Wands and a wall to the Knight of Cups, false love. So what I'm seeing is that you now have grown up emotionally in such a way that you know who your friends are and you know who your enemies are. You know who you should allow in your space and who you should block. Because look at this. These are people that care about you. Then you have a wall and the a-hole over here that says they care about you, but they're only there for what they can get from you. And then that's it. Then we have the 7 of Swords. See, you're running away from these people. Knight of Wands. and running towards your passions. As a matter of fact, as I'm looking at this, you have people trying to run your directions because they're seeing that you're running towards your passion. But you are running towards what? The Empress energy. The Empress energy is an energy of abundance, of prosperity, and of growth. So while you're running towards your Empress, towards your happiness, towards your joy, you also have these false friends running towards you, running towards that. Do you see that? It's like you're being chased. So what I'm telling you is that this month of April, September. Wow, I said April. So this must have started April. This month of September, you're mature enough to create a wall against people that are no good for you. But that doesn't stop these people from stalking you, from going after you, from trying to ride your coattails as you're running towards that happiness. Then we have the 10 of Swords. But you're in this energy of, I've already packed my bags, fool. I'm not going backwards. I'm not trying to accept back into my life the garbage I pulled out. And then here we have the Strength card in reverse. And what I'm feeling with the Strength card in reverse is that these people, they don't have strength because you're walking away from them. Okay? And you also don't have the strength to put up with their bullshit. And here we go, you moving. 8 of Wands. You are moving. And I don't feel like this is a physical move. This is a spiritual, emotional move. You're moving away from them. You're moving away from this energy. You're not giving them strength anymore. So, you know how they say in manifestation, intention, manifestation goes where intention goes, or something like that, where whatever you focus on, you bring about. And your entire life, you've been focusing on all these freaking fools that have been lying, stealing, cheating, and taking from you. And you've gotten to the point right now where you've created a wall between you and them, and they no longer exist. And because they no longer exist and you've walked away from them, they have no power over you anymore. And that's what helps you move away from this. Because the less you focus on them, the more they disappear to obscurity. And that's what I'm feeling, like they're phasing out of your life. This can be in work. And we have the Hermit card with that. It does feel like at work. And it does feel like one of those things where you're kind of flying solo at work as you're starting to create a new direction in your life. And you're stopping to sabotage yourself. But I do feel like one of the biggest things you're doing is that you're blocking those nighttime ruminations, right? Where you're constantly thinking, this person did this to me, that person did that to me, that's not fair, blah, blah, blah. You're kind of like, okay, what is it trying to teach me? What did I learn from this? And then you're moving on from the experience. That's what I'm seeing here. So I guess moving away from victim mentality, moving towards active mentality. And so the next thing I want to look into is the 21st of September. There is a new moon in Virgo. Now, if you guys watch my astrology, you would know that on the 23rd of August, we had a new moon in Virgo. And I also told you that you're not going to see this in astrology, but that my guides told me that how funny it is that there's a moon, there's a sun also in Virgo that day, and that is a faux eclipse. Why is that significant? Because we have a real eclipse in the sign of Virgo. It's a real solar eclipse on the sign of Virgo on the 21st with the new moon in the sign of Virgo. That was a portal, if you didn't realize it. And whatever happened to you during the 20th to about the 20th, I want to say 6th, 7th of August has a lot to do of what's phasing out of your life this 21st of September. So it was just like a prelude to what's actually freaking happening. And over here, it's like in a position to the Saturn and Pisces. In other words, you're going to 180 a situation, and that situation started to 180 itself on the 23rd and comes full circle on the 21st. Okay, so let's see what that's all about. Wow. The Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and the Fool. Literally, it's you're investing in new collaborations with people that will allow you to open a door to a new beginning. And here's the straight and the strength card right side up, because this is where your power lies, in the new collaborations you're making, the new acquaintances, the people that can actually recognize your power, your worth, and your authority. This is a wish fulfillment for you. And this is the Pisces energy for you, because this is the Ace of Cups, which is the Pisces energy. You are emotionally regaining what was taken from you through all this worry from all these people from the past. In the bottom of the deck, I do see new collaborations. This is the Three of Cups. I am seeing new connections, new collaborations. The energy of the Empress again, which is moving towards your abundance and your prosperity. 33 seems very important here. Overcoming the old obstacles that you used to have, because your eyes are open to how you used to mentally trap yourself. And because your eyes are open, it is now activating the energy of your solar plexus, your sacral space and your crown chakra. You're no longer manifesting the wounded warrior. You're manifesting the energy of growth and expansion. You're no longer getting stuck and not knowing what you should invest in, and you're starting to move forward because you're starting to notice what used to lie, steal, and cheat from you. Honestly, Libra, what I can tell you is that your worst enemy has always been you. You being the energy of balance, justice, and judgment, the fact that you were actually focusing so much on these BS people and what they've done to you and how unfair things were and etc., was the reason why you ended up losing so much. And the moment that you take control of your mind, because you're the mind, the wind element, that moment is the reason why all of a sudden things are going to line up for you, because you're no longer giving your power to somebody else. The last thing I want to look into is September 22nd. There is the autumn equinox, which is talking about clearly going in a new direction in your life and for the future. The first thing we have is a caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Okay? And I do feel like it's a positive change, and it's because of the fact that you're starting to focus on the right thing instead of the wrong thing. We have a wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. So I think that what's phasing out is these intrusive people. Then we have kangaroo, unsettling times, no need to plan ahead. And then we have the broom, new house, new attitude. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like what's phasing out and what I'm seeing is changing is the fact that these intrusive people, these unsettling situations, these unfair bullshits are leaving you and you're moving into a new reality. You're also having family matters. So this is also good favor in the family. And there's also the wishbone with a grid, wish being granted. So there was something that you desired for your family that is happening. We have a marriage, a coming together with you and another person. And then we have the energy of June. So either the person is born from the month of June, this union started getting stronger, or it came into being in June, or this will be a progression. This marriage energy will be in progression in June. We have the goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. I am seeing that in you, because once you take control of your mind, you take control of the game. And then we have the teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. And there is growth in your friendship. So not only in the love relationships when it comes to your, I want to say marriage and love relationships, but also in your platonic relationships. So congratulations on that. I'm feeling a very, very good shift for you, my Libra. So keep moving that direction, okay? Bye.